Hello everyone, it's Kim here at Hancock Homestead and Gardens, and today it's Monday, September the 12th. That means it's time for Vlog-timber 12. And since it's Monday, it's supposed to be Motivational Monday. Well, for this Motivational Monday, I'm just going to show you the haul that I made yesterday and give you some, ideas on food items that you might enjoy and some deals that you might appreciate. So, anyway, I usually go shopping one time a month, and I do it at the beginning of each month. And all of these items I'm going to show you today come from Walmart. One of the positives that I have in my life is to be able to buy the food that I need. And what I'm going to do on my haul today is I'm going to just break it down into categories. Because since I only shop once a month, I have a lot of stuff to show you. So I'm going to break it down into breakfast, lunch, supper, and then I'm going to show you my personal items that I usually buy. And this might also give you an idea as to how I do my meal planning, because I have to do it for a whole month at a time. And so anyway, let's get started. I'm going to start with the breakfast foods. As you can see, I eat a lot of cereals. Cereals I use for breakfast. I use them for snack. In the evenings, whenever I get the munchies, I usually go for cereal. So the cereals that I like to have for breakfast are my grape grains. And I like the raisin dates and pecans. And I like the banana nut crunch. And I also like the granola for breakfast. Okay, these are my breakfast cereals. For snacking, I like the Cheerios. Hi Nate, I'm a fan of yours, and I like Cheerios too. And I like the Corn Chex. They're real easy to snack on. And these are healthy enough that if my grandson is over, my daughter says, okay, he can have Cheerios and Chex because they have no added sugar. But for me, in the evenings, especially whenever I'm watching TV, sometimes I get the munchies for something a little bit sweeter, and that's when I'll grab my Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So these are my cereals that I enjoy. I usually have eggs at least 4 times a week. I'll have an egg on toast. So I buy 2 dozen eggs, and that will usually get me through a whole month. I buy 2 packs of bacon. I buy 2 different kinds of variety. This one is the thick sliced bacon, and this one is the classic cut bacon. This one is thick, this one's thin. And you know, sometimes whenever I'm having a sandwich, I want the thinner sliced ones for my sandwiches, and then if I'm just eating them as strips, I like the thicker ones. So, and then I have 2 things of the sausage. Some mornings I'll have sausage and biscuits instead of the egg and toast. Sometimes I'll have sausage, biscuits, and gravy. If I'm really motivated and feel like fixing gravy, I have those available for that. Which means that I also have biscuits. And I buy 2 cans because they have 8 biscuits, and so this will get me like probably 4 meals. And whatever I have left over, I just put into a Ziploc baggie to keep them fresh. Okay, and then once a week I have pancakes. Usually on Saturdays I'll have pancakes because my daughter will come out to do laundry, and she enjoys pancakes. A lot of times John will be up on Saturdays, and he fixes really great pancakes. So yeah, so Saturdays are usually pancake mornings. But anyway, and then I like to have applesauce for breakfast. This applesauce we've already gotten into. Jeffrey was out today, so we got into the applesauce and we got into the Chex already. But anyway, then for my morning drinks, I have milk to go with my cereals and just to drink a half a glass. I have the Tropicana orange juice that I really enjoy. And then I drink coffee in the mornings. I'll have at least 2 cups of coffee. And now that I have Katie's mugs, I can get by with 1 because those mugs are huge and they'll hold like 2 regular cups of coffee in there. So yeah, so I have my coffee. I also like creamers. I didn't have to buy any creamer this time, but I usually have hazelnut and creamy chocolate on hand. And then the original, in case Karen's out, or not Karen, in case Katie's out, Karen doesn't drink coffee, then she can have the original. Okay, so these are my breakfast foods. I also have my loaf of bread laying out because like I said, sometimes I have toast, but of course bread I use throughout the day for sandwiches too. So I'm going to put my breakfast foods away and then I'll be right back to show you what I usually have for lunch. Alright, stay tuned. Okay, so now on to my lunch foods. Normally for lunch I'll have just a sandwich and maybe some fruit or soup and crackers and cheese or a peanut butter and jelly. I don't have a very large lunch. I'm usually not that hungry. I have a big breakfast, a light lunch, and then kind of a medium sized supper. Okay? Like I said, it's just me. So anyway, I buy 4 cans of the vegetable soup. I like the chunky savory vegetable. So I have a can of vegetable soup each week. So I have 4 of those. I like the chicken noodle soup, just the classic noodles. So I have 4 cans of those, 1 for each week. I buy the ravioli, and this is a big can. And so I'll probably divide it into at least half, maybe thirds. And whatever I don't use one week, it'll still be good the following week as long as I keep it refrigerated. So I have ravioli 1 time a week. I have peanut butter and jelly, and I like the crunchy, the Great Value crunchy peanut butter. And then I like the Welch's All Naturals. So I'll either have strawberry jelly or grape jelly, and sometimes I use these on my toast in the morning. I also like tuna salad and egg salad. So I have the packages of tuna salad, tuna, the Star-Kissed chunk light tuna. I like these packs better than anything because they have no oil. They're packaged in water, and they don't even really have hardly any water. All you have to do with these is open them up and dump them in the bowl. So there are my tunas. I like to have egg salad, so I use eggs for that, of course. And then sometimes I just have a normal lettuce salad, and I've already gotten into my head of lettuce. And then I have cauliflower and broccoli, and usually I'll have hard-boiled, a few of these eggs will be hard-boiled to put in my salad, and then I usually have cheese. Another thing I like to do is if I'm not very hungry, I like the celery with the Cheese Whiz in it. And this Cheese Whiz is not a new bottle because I could not find a new one. So, but I've got about half of this left. So I'll just use it up, and hopefully next month I'll have what I need. Alright, and then I like Western dressing. I like Hellmann's real mayonnaise. That's what I use for my tuna salad and my egg salad. And then sometimes I'll have just a plain Velveeta cheese sandwich. I've always eaten those even as a kid. And I like to use the Kraft sandwich spread with it. It's kind of like having a fake pimento cheese sandwich in a way. So anyway, there are my lunch foods. Alright, now I'll be back. Okay, So, I always have rice on hand. I have the plain white rice and the brown rice because I enjoy both and I like variety. And usually if I'm fixing chicken, I will have rice to go with it and vegetables. And I like chicken all different kinds of ways. I like it just plain. I like it with barbecue. I like it chopped up, made into chicken salad. And so yes, I really enjoy chicken, so I always make sure I have a couple packs of it on hand. And and then my other meat that I always have on hand is hamburger, because I use the hamburger for sandwiches, which I enjoy, or spaghetti. I always keep plenty of spaghetti sauce on hand, and I buy two different kinds. I buy Ragu and I buy Prego. And I do that because I have one daughter that likes Prego and one daughter that likes Ragu. So if they ever stop by and they're like, hey Mom, let's have spaghetti, well then I've got what each of them like. And I always like to add hamburger to my spaghetti sauce. So those are the two meats I always have on hand, is chicken and hamburger. Now, every once in a while I fix a pot roast. I usually fix a pot roast about once a month. But normally I don't have to buy the pot roast. John will bring me a pot roast and say, hey, if you'll cook this up, you know, I'll share it with you. So and then we'll put the pot roast in the crock pot and we'll have roast dinner and hash. You know, I've got a video on how to make hash. And then every once in a while we'll have lasagna. My kids love lasagna, and so I'll fix it. But these that I'm showing you today are staples that I keep in the house basically for me, because spaghetti is something that you can fix single servings of. Okay, the other thing I like to have is the Kraft Velveeta shells and cheese. And usually if I have this, I will also open a can of the pork and beans. And this is what I have. I just have the shells and cheese and the pork and beans. That for me is a meal, okay? Sometimes I will open some fruit. I always get the peaches, and I get the chunky pineapple. I like what I like. And then I usually have tater tots on hand. Sometimes for lunch, that might be all I have. It's just a handful of tater tots. So a lot of times whenever I fix sandwich, if I'm really hungry, I'll fix sandwich and tater tots. So, okay, so here are my basics. And whenever I had to go to the store, I always look at my baking cupboard to see if there's any baking supplies I need. And I was running low on sugar and flour, so I picked those up. I got some oats so I could fix my daughter's favorite cookies, which are the no-bake. And I also got some another thing of oats so that I could fix some oatmeal raisin cookies. And then I enjoy tea as a drink, and I usually buy the gallon size tea bags and brew my tea. So, alright, well, this is the grocery haul. If you like this haul, check out my next video, which is going to be on my personal supplies and some fun things that I bought for the house. Alright, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to know more about our homestead and what we do on it, please subscribe. This is Kim at Hancock Homestead and Garden saying bye for now.